To block a jump shot. Young players do that all the time. Everybody wants to, it's those 2-3 second highlights. If you're not going to block a jump shot, that's what's going to happen. Oftentimes you're going to get a foul. Now you put them on the line to get 3 and the clock doesn't move.
Hendricks bangs home the first. Transfer from Utah. There's your foul trouble, and the two important ones at the top, Hamilton and Coleman. They've been pivotal in this ball game.
Take one out, but at some point with 2 minutes to go, these young sophomores are now juniors. They got to play with foul trouble.
Corey Manigault is in for New Mexico. You see Hamilton out as Coleman replaced him for UNLV. That's just what New Mexico needed. Points. Cuts the lead to 3.
Look for Hardy to try to get to the rim. ISO situation.
Hardy shot. Malawatch a big rebound.
I like New Mexico trying to get to the rim.
Martin falling away, missed it.
That's a tough shot, a fadeaway. Step back.
Mitru Long got it up. It's tipped. Mbake John lost it. Malawatch gives it up. Hendricks! He can tie it.
Talk about time and score. Can't come up with the rebound. Good job there. Great recognition by Malawatch, not getting the charge and not traveling. Coming down, stunt. You talked about helping uphill, but that's also something called stunting. Hardy, with seeing the bigger player dribbling, you stunt. Maybe you startle him and he travels, right? Or takes a bad shot, but just helping uphill like that to make him, to let him throw it right behind him for the easy deuce and the foul.
Hendricks right back at the line, and he missed. So he's missed a couple free throws in the last 30 seconds. 1 point UNLV lead.
Crowd is on their feet. Who's going to make this play? Look for them to get the ball to number 13. See if he can get to that left hand and get to the rim.
All 3 UNLV guards right now with 4 fouls. Hardy, Hamilton, and Coleman. This is Hardy, and he scores. Wow. Back to a 3-point lead. Martin drives. Martin out of control. And it's a block. And the Lobos are going to get free throws out of this.
Lobos elected not to call a timeout so they can set their defense up. Hardy's so gifted, get to the rim. Now watch, they're late. It's been great, but not there. You need a guy to get a bucket in times like that. We'll see what the Lobos, see if they set up some type of offense, some type of defense here.
Zane Martin has a really nice line in this game. 8 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Another missed, and a rebound. Manigault's held ball. It is. Arrow goes to New Mexico. So that's a Lobo possession.
Manigault just buried Bryce Hamilton under the rim, just buried him.
Yeah, that's not a fair match, is it?
No, not at all. Didn't use his hands.
Timeout, 30-second timeout. Back in a bit, 74-72, running Rebels.
Fields of gold, acres of green, mountains of earth. The land is your canvas. Paint it with horsepower and solid steel. Purpose-built equipment for a job done right.
Well, this is why you come to the pit for games like this. Intensity from the very start. Foul trouble. You see the 3 guards for UNLV, all important players. both offensively and defensively. Coleman, Hamilton, and Hardy. Now New Mexico has the ball. Chris Walker, where do you go off this baseline out of bounds?
And look for a slip action, the same type of stuff that the Vegas has gotten the Lobos on. Oh my God, I almost threw that away, but look for zero to make a play.
Martin Manigault, and that foul, I believe, is Mitru Long. New Mexico's got a chance here now to tie the game.
Sometimes you got to catch yourself. You saw it coming. You know, the screener action. They almost got the slip to Malago and threw it up top. And thank God that Jaquan Lau recognized that Zane Martin was in the corner. He made a play.
Manigault misses. 12 of 21 this half from the line.
Wow.
They've missed some crucial ones in the last minute. 4 missed free throws in the last minute.
Even if he makes this, they can come back. They don't play defense. They do not have to foul.
1-point game. The pit rises.
Right, well, look for them to call a timeout. Don't be surprised if they call a timeout.
This is Hardy driving, stopping, shooting, missed it. Ball's loose. Manigault. Lobos have it. 22 seconds left.
Oh my God! How about the steal? The hands. No reason to shoot. Take the foul. You don't need it.
Mitru Long with the steal, and he gets the timeout. Words exchanged. Careful. Benches have to be careful that they stay where they are.
Wow. That heated up quick.
Back after this.
Hey, yo, welcome to the new Chris Paul workout show. If you want to make it to the NBA, you got to have a killer crossover. TNCP crossover. Ooh. Oh, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul, just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Man, what happened? Who are you?
I'm the new Chris Paul.
Man.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, a look at the last sequence. This is New Mexico with the ball down a point, and Eli Mitru Long with the steal. Now Long will call a timeout. The officials are at the monitor now watching what happens after this. There's the timeout.
Oh, he pushed him. Look at the right arm. Look at the right arm of number 0, Martin, and see if he pushed 55, Mitru Long in the back. See it again. You know, this has been a great game. We don't want it to end this way. They've been playing really well. The referees are watching it, but let's look at the arm. Obviously, he's going to call a timeout. I thought he shouldn't call a timeout because they're going to foul him.
They're trying to foul him before he calls it.
Now look at the right arm. See how he pushed him?
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough on either side. Do you?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's enough, but you can't push him. It was a hard foul. You went to foul him, and now you push him in the back. I mean, that would be the worst way for this game to end.
You know, what you could end up with is a double technical for the two players that went jaw to jaw afterwards.
That's true. That's true.
Which would be really, if we could go back and see those two players, I believe it's Mitru Long and Zane Martin. All right, here's another angle. It's Martin.
See, I mean, there's two guys pushing. You're like Vontae Hendricks, like he pushed him as well.
It's a nice job by the officials. So Tommy Nunez in there shielding one player. Bottom line is this: New Mexico's had opportunities with free throws and with that possession. Tommy Nunez over to the table.
They both go up the front running. Your guy
everything after the timeout, we were just told by Tommy Nunez, you may have heard that, and a double technical, which obviously is a personal foul. Now, it looked like it was Zane Martin, not Vontae Hendricks, that was doing the jawing.
Right.
And it is. Martin and Mitru Long get the double technicals.
Now they have to inbound the ball instead of getting fouled and being able to go to the foul line.
So you weren't a big fan of calling timeout there, were you?
I was not. They're going to foul you. They're going to foul you. They're going to foul you. So, but now you have to inbound the basketball.
And obviously New Mexico has to foul if they're unable to steal the ball.
If I'm New Mexico, if number 22 Shebo gets that ball, I'm definitely fouling him right away.
Long into Hardy, got to run him down and foul him, and they do with 12 seconds left. Hendricks with the foul, and it's 1-1. Hardy's a good free throw shooter at 73%. Even if he makes both, though, the three-point will tie the game.
Hey, I watched this today with Kentucky versus Ole Miss. Calipari fouled, right? Did not allow them to get to the three-point shot. And a young man went to the foul line and missed the free throw. So we'll see. New Mexico with 2 timeouts, but that may not matter because TJ Otterberg. But here's the thing, Rich, you have to have practice that. You don't want to let them get into their offense and you foul at the wrong time, and they end up getting a shot off, and they get 3 free throws.
Of course, you gotta hit the 2 free throws to put that into play.
No, you do, but you don't want to foul them on a 3. How about that? They come down and someone makes a mistake and foul them, shoot a 3-point shot. I mean, there's a lot of distractions right here. You can't hear. Anything can happen. Kids get caught up in the emotion.
Got the first, earns the second. All right, now if he makes this, you are for fouling.
Absolutely.
But most coaches say they don't want to foul with a lot of time on the clock. You want it down a little closer to maybe 5-4 seconds.
But here's to your point, though. Then he gets across half court in a shooting position, and you may foul him at the wrong time. They may run some type of offense, and someone gets caught in the wrong position and fouls the guy shooting a 3.
Those are 2 big free throws for Amari Hardy. And now New Mexico can talk it over, and so can UNLV.
Phenomenal game.
Now, this has been intense. It took the crowd a little while to get into it, but once they're into it, they've dug in.
They did. And we have to do, Rich, we have to credit the refs. They handled that the right way. We didn't want the game to end in a sour mood, in a sour way. That could have been something that, you know, that would have taken away from what this game has been today. So credit them the way they handle things.
Number 10, Seton Hall and Providence are right around the bend. We'll get you out there as soon as this one is done. In the Mountain West here, 2 teams, middle ground, both looking for a foothold, trying to go north in this last 3 weeks of this season towards the Mountain West Conference Tournament in Las Vegas. UNLV on the road in a place that's almost impossible to win. New Mexico's 14-1 on this floor. Their only loss to number 4 San Diego State. And now Chris Walker, you've got UNLV trying to defend New Mexico. New Mexico ball, they're down 3. When and how, if you are going to foul to prevent the 3, when and how do you do it?
I'd foul them right before they get to half court, or as soon as they get across. You let them get into the scoring area, you're in a tough situation. You put yourself in a precarious position. Because again, with the emotion of things, kids get caught up. They can run a screen. Someone could get hit. Now UNLV's going to switch everything. The way they're playing it right now signifies to me that they're going to foul.
Martin to inbound. Up the floor, no foul yet. Martin gets a 3, a good look at it, missed it, and the rebound to Hamilton and UNLV.
And they rolled the dice and gave Zane Martin, they gave him a clean look, by the way. I thought that was a clean look, but he still has to make it, so he elected not to foul. That's where potato, depends on your coaching philosophy. I mean, that was a clean look.
He may have been surprised that he wasn't fouled up to that point.
Yeah, exactly. Still have to make free throws here, though.
First one drops, and that's enormous for UNLV.
You see Tim Buckley, the assistant coach, telling everybody to get off the line.
Hamilton with the free throw, and UNLV is going to come to the pit and get a huge road win. New Mexico comes up short. TJ Otzelberger in his first year has the Running Rebels now at 8-6 in the Mountain West.
You got to give it to the Rebels. They did it every which way they had to. Points in the paint, points off turnovers, and shooting it from three.
Mountain West standings. Important win here. They're trying to keep pace with that quartet at 9-5 of Utah State, Boise State, Nevada, and Colorado State, who has won today. Terrific afternoon here in Albuquerque. For Chris Walker and our entire CBS crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This is a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After the break, number 10, Seton Hall at Providence. UNLV Running Rebels win it. So long from Albuquerque.
The following is a list of snow day closings due to inclement weather. All two-wheel drive crossovers should close for the day. Wannabe SUVs should close for the day. Regular four-door sedans should close for the foreseeable future. All Jeep 4x4 vehicles will remain open, despite the harsh weather conditions.
Now purchase and get $2,000 bonus cash, or well-qualified lessees can lease the all-new Jeep Gladiator for $248 a month.
We only come out at night. We only come out at night. I walk alone. I'll pretend to know the way. We only come out at night. We only come out at night.
That rhythm you feel is everywhere. It's in our music. It is definitely in our hearts. Our rhythm never stops, and we need a beer that keeps up with it. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer that goes with our rhythm.
Old Trapper Beefs, tough snacks.
Out here, you gotta be tough. My truck, my crew, they're tough. Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. With Ace, you can buy online and get free in-store pickup, or get it delivered that day. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We can't make working out any easier, but we can straighten your teeth 3 times sooner than traditional braces. Go from this to this. Or this to this. Join over 500,000 satisfied grinners. No braces, no office visits, no paying a fortune. Start for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Visual on target. Target in sight. Convoy on route. Hold the line, that's a good line, hold the line.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a month per line for 4 lines. New from AT&T.
Saturday night, and Providence, Rhode Island is rocking as we get set for the Friars against number 10, Seton Hall. A look at the standings in the Big East Conference. Pirates still have a 2-game lead in the Big East. Providence, as Ed Cooley, the head coach, told us, quote, fighting for our lives. Alongside former Villanova coach Steve Lapis and our sideline reporter Justin Walters, I'm Andrew Catalan. There's Miles Powell for Seton Hall, second in the Big East in scoring. But Steve, as we see in our AT&T Fast Analysis, the Pirates are a lot more than just Miles Powell.
Well, Seton Hall's where they are because they have the 9th-ranked defense, and a big reason why it's 9th is because of this guy, Romero Gill, the 3rd leading shot blocker in the nation. He's averaging over 4 block shots a game in Big East games. He's also averaging 10 points a game, only 2 last year.
Seton Hall won the first meeting last month in New Jersey. A change in the Providence starting lineup as Luwan Pipkins starts ahead of senior Malik White. Romero Gill and Nate Watson to jump. Our officials tonight, James Breeding, Yvonne Burrows, and Joe Lindsay. And Providence controls the opening tip. We're underway on CBS Sports Network.
This Seton Hall team has been tremendous, as I said, defensively all year. Probably 95% man-to-man, but they'll throw a little zone in their matchup when they need it.
Alpha Diallo drives high off the glass. No, the tip no good. Offensive rebound for Watson.
I like what Diallo did last game and what he did right away here. He's driving the ball and not settling for three-point shots like he was a few games ago.
Did not attempt a 3 in Wednesday's loss at St. John's. Here's a 3 that won't go for David Duke. Another offensive rebound for Watson. Right up and a miss, and Sandro Mamukelashvili corrals it.
Keep an eye on that offensive rebounding. Providence, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, number 21 in offensive rebounding percentage. Seton Hall, as big as they are, second biggest team in the country, 260 in defensive rebound.
And it's Quincy McKnight connecting with Mamu for the first bucket of the evening.
Nice back screen from Mamu, and he was able to take it and finish it.
Both teams coming off losses Wednesday night. Providence at St. John's, and Seton Hall lost at home to a very impressive Creighton squad.
Interesting, Andrew. Seton Hall goes to the zone early, which they only use 5% of the time, but they know Providence really struggles to shoot the ball from the perimeter.
Diallo baseline, hands off Watson. Another offensive rebound for Providence. Pipkins can't hit the 3, and we have a whistle and a foul against Providence. Kevin Willard now in his 10th season at Seton Hall, 4th most wins in school history, and there's Ed Cooley, who on Wednesday night, we did the game on CBS Sports Network against St. John's. Cooley told us he thinks Seton Hall is the best team in the country.
He has made that clear. Defensively, they're tremendous. They have great size, and they have a great player who can get 30 at any given time in Miles Powell, who has the ball right now.
And he finds a cutting Mamukelashvili. He nearly turned it over. Now here's Quincy McKnight with the shot clock at 6. Sandro 3, in and out, tipped around and grabbed by Powell.
One thing about Providence, they have to have their strength tonight if they're going to win this game, which is rebounding, both backboards.
And a foul is called on Jared Roden.
You take a look here, easy layup. Jared Roden played great when Mamukelashvili was hurt. Let's see what happens now that he's playing the 3. He was playing the 4 when he was playing really well. Now he's a 3-man. Let's see how that goes.
Providence struggles to score, last in Big East games, averaging 67 points per night, and so far tonight they've begun 0 for 6.
Seton Hall back to the man-to-man, probably because it's easier to rebound out of.
Watson took too many steps and a travel. Let's check in with our principal financial game plan.
Well, Seton Hall has the defensive rebound, and they've got to push it out in transition, try and get up the floor quickly. Providence makes some perimeter shots. We know they don't shoot the ball well. They've got to make a few threes, and they must get points off turnovers. That's where they're going to get some easy baskets.
Fans still standing here in Providence, awaiting the first Friars field goal. Mamu wide open, misses the 3, out of bounds to the Friars.
You know, Kevin Willard, as he told us before the game, they're hoping to get Mamu right, 100% back to the way he was, because he was playing great before he broke his wrist. Get him right before the Big East tournament. That's about 3 weeks away.
Mamukel's really missed 10 games with that fractured wrist. This is his 6th game back. And a whistle inside going against the Pirates, Romaro Gill.
I'll tell you one thing, Andrew, they are really all over the glass right now. I mean, Seton Hall is struggling to defensive rebound. They tried man, they tried zone, they haven't rebounded out of either one of those defenses. Providence has not made them pay that much yet.
Already 5 offensive rebounds for the Friars. Steve, you mentioned it. They lead the Big East, averaging better than 13 offensive boards per game.
But no points off those rebounds.
And Watson gets 1 out of 2. And the fans sit down. I thought it had to be a field goal.
That's what I
Coach.
thought.
I'm confused.
I came here many times and they sat quickly because they always scored right away.
There you see what Providence has done on the offensive glass. Needs to be a big key if the Friars are to pull the upset tonight. Powell, deep 3. Miles Powell really struggled Wednesday in the loss against Creighton. He was 3 of 16 from the floor. Kevin Willard telling us it was just a bad game, and you're going to have those nights.
You know what, though? I tell you what a good sign was. They scored 82 points in a game where he was playing about as bad as he can. That tells you that this Seton Hall team, they've got other weapons. He's the main one. There's no doubt about it.
Khalif Young has entered the game for Providence. Pipkins got the start tonight, turns it over. Here's Powell on the attack. Good defense by Young.
See, one thing about Pipkins, the Seton Hall guards are considerably bigger than him, so they got him in the trap that time and forced the turnover.
Off the inbound, Providence out of bounds. It'll stay with the Pirates. 16-11 on the clock. Turnovers a huge issue for Ed Cooley's club. Wednesday, they turned it over a season high 23 times.
That's not a great style for the Friars, the way Mike Anderson likes to play of St. John's, pressing and trapping all over the place. This game a little different.
McKnight for 3. And Young rips down the rebound.
And they've got to push it and see if they can get something easy in transition.
Diallo connects.
You know, this team is night and day. When they play at home, they shoot 36% from 3. When they're on the road, they're 27%. That is unbelievably such a big difference.
Seton Hall has missed 7 straight field goal attempts. That one goes out of bounds. And now they've reversed the call. It'll be Providence basketball when we return. Alpha Diallo from the outside. Providence with an early lead.
Yeah, let's go. Connection by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. No.
The following is a list of snow day closings due to inclement weather. All 2-wheel drive crossovers should close for the day. Wannabe SUVs should close for the day. Regular 4-door sedans should close for the foreseeable future. All Jeep 4x4 vehicles will remain open, despite the harsh weather conditions.
Now purchase and get $2,000 bonus cash, or well-qualified lessees can lease the all-new Jeep Gladiator for $248 a month.
Old Trapper Beefs. Fake protein.
Guys, can we take a quick protein break? Protein City. I got my beans, my bars, my goos, my glumps, my fizz. I don't know what that one is, but you want in?
I'm good, man.
I think Goop was a bad choice.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
5-Hour Energy gets you through your on-the-go life. Now it comes in 2 delicious tropical flavors that can take you to a whole new on-the-go experience. Try them both. Vote for your favorite. You could be on the go to someplace you actually want to go.
At Jersey Mike's, it's your choice. Your choice of fresh sliced subs made right in front of you. Fresh grilled cheesesteaks made to order. Your choice of quality and quantity unmatched. At Jersey Mike's, it's your choice. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Providence up too early. Courtside with former Villanova coach Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Catalan. Both teams coming off losses Wednesday night. It hurts a lot more for the Friars. They really have to win this one tonight, Coach.
Yeah, Seton Hall's playing for seeding, but Providence, if they want to stay in this thing, now they have 6 games left, including this one. In the Big East, which is the highest-ranked net league in the country, 6 games, you win 4 or 5 of those, all of a sudden you find yourself back on that bubble.
Seton Hall not at full strength tonight. For more on that, we send it over to Justin Walters.
Hi, Andrew. That's right. Seton Hall's been battling the flu all week. A few players missed practice yesterday, and as well as their loss, it impacted them against Creighton earlier in the week. When asked head coach Kevin Willard about his team being at full health at today's shoot-around, he told me that his team's at about 90%. Despite several players feeling a bit uneasy, Willard doesn't seem too concerned heading into this game. He also said there will be no minutes restrictions for any players.
Good news. Certainly the flu's been going around the last few weeks. Looks like Seton Hall has made it through the worst of it. Step back, Duke. And a foul is called. Ed Cooley, who got a technical foul Wednesday, doesn't like that one.
Oh, yeah, he pushed off. He used that left arm. It was a nice step back, but not that nice. He pushed him back.
Here comes Pipkins, and he lays it in.
And, you know, Ed Cooley trying to find some offense, starts Pipkins over Malik White. He's a better shooter, even though he struggled to shoot the ball this year, trying to shake this up to get some offense.
Miles Kell and Iko Biagu have entered for the Pirates. Good tight defense by Diallo. Now Powell. And a travel by Miles Powell.
You know, Providence, they do a great job of getting offense off their defense, because in the half court they struggle. That's what they need to do tonight, get those live ball turnovers and finish them for layups. You know, one thing we got to keep an eye on, Miles Powell not comfortable in this game. Actually, Coach Willard took him out. Dave Duke is 6'5", 6'6". That's a pretty big guy, and he's a good defender who's been on in this game.
Diallo hits another 3. So he did not attempt one on Wednesday, and here in the early going, he's already made 2.
You know, that's good and bad for Ed Cooley, because Ed Cooley doesn't want him to shoot 3s, but he wants him, if he's going to shoot him, might as well make them. So now he's going to keep taking them, I'm sure.
Kale spinning inside, blocked. It was Reeves who got a hand on it.
And Reeves normally not a good defender. That was a great defensive play by A.J. Reeves.
Pipkins' 3 is good. Timeout, Seton Hall.
The following is a list of snow day closings due to inclement weather. All 2-wheel drive crossovers should close for the day. Wannabe SUVs should close for the day. Regular 4-door sedans should close for the foreseeable future. All cheap 4x4 vehicles will remain open, despite the harsh weather conditions.
Now purchase and get $2,000 bonus cash, or well-qualified lessees can lease the all-new Jeep Gladiator for $248 a month.
12 straight points for the Friars, Steve.
Well, it starts with Diallo, who's shooting 25% from the three-point line in Big East Conference games. And then the defense on the other side, they average over 8 steals a game, and they can block their share of shots. A.J. Reeves with a great job there. And then Pipkins with the deep 3 contested. And he has struggled to shoot the ball this year, too. A big shot for him.
Providence has already made 3 triples in this game. Meanwhile, Seton Hall is 1 of 9 from the floor. And out of the timeout, Miles Powell still on the bench for Kevin Willard.
You know, in the first game, Romero Gill had about 6 dunks on pick and rolls, and Providence really keeping an eye on that in this game.
Tough shot off the front of the rim by Nelson. Reeves on the attack. Reeves with the throwdown.
He looks like a different guy. That was what you call an aggressive take.
Ed Cooley told us that they practice trying to score early in transition, and you've seen that so far in this one. Another missed shot by Seton Hall.
Well, he knows they're not a good one of the worst half-court teams in the country, actually. Another three?
Diallo fakes it, drives in, hands off Young. They trip over each other, and a foul inside.
I mean, A.J. Reeves, he's got a lot of athleticism, and oh, that is a big-time finish over McKnight.
And that foul was called on Romaro Gill, and that's his second foul. So we told you about the big game Gill had last month when these two teams met. And now he goes to the bench early.
And now Obiaju is a really good sub, but you wonder, how long are they going to keep Gill out for? Because you don't want him to be a zero in the second half because he doesn't have a feel, especially in an environment like this.
Gill watches Powell back in. Diallo banks it in. And Cooley even having a chuckle.
Yeah, he's looking at me.
Pipkins has struggled, and Diallo doesn't like him shooting the threes, but those two have been catalysts here tonight so far. Where will Seton Hall turn for offense? Reynolds, tough shot, won't go. Offensive rebound, Obiagu. Powell. It goes out to Samuel, an air ball. Seton Hall's 1 for 13. Young hands off Diallo, and he is fouled. And they're gonna count it. Everything going Providence's way.
That was a foul to start out with, and then this was an easy one. I tell you, that was a really nice pass by Dave Duke with that left hand.
Providence has scored 19 straight points. And now Diallo at the line trying to finish off a three-point play. And an early dozen for Diallo.
Well, they got to hang in there, Seton Hall. You know what? They need this guy to start going and doing something.
They've missed 12 consecutive shots.
I'll tell you what, David Duke is bothering him with his size.
Sandro, corner three, good, and a big, much-needed shot for Seton Hall. Duke trying to answer. He does, and the foul.
That's how you break a press. You throw it up the floor, and you knock one out and one. Friars, 23-5.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry, Reese's.
We can't make dieting any easier, but we can straighten your teeth 3 times sooner than traditional braces.
Go from this to this. Start for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
At touchofmodern.com, we get that the things you surround yourself with reflect who you are. Your style, your drive, your passions. Venture through a curated collection of astonishing items at touchofmodern.com, because sometimes things aren't just things, they're you. Go to touchofmodern.com and discover the world's most unexpected items.
Your seat cushion can be used to grant wishes.
Who said that? Hello?
Really can, you know. talking to me? Sure am. Because the airline miles you earn and donate to Make-A-Wish can help send thousands of kids on their wish trips. So donate to Make-A-Wish today.
You really should, you know. You really should.
And give wishes wings. Because wishes work wonders.
This week, Abigail Thomas took office as the first woman to be named chief of police in the history of our city.
You need to get out in the community and make some noise.
I'm not sending people out to bust heads so some dinosaurs can feel good about themselves. We're going to defuse that bomb out there so everybody gets home safe. If I fail, it will be 20 years before they give another woman this job. How do I look?
You look like the chief of police.
Edie Falco is Tommy, Thursdays on CBS.
While we were away, Kevin Willard was issued a technical foul, and he was even more upset after because he insisted to the officials that he was talking to his own team. And Justin Walters has a little bit more on this. Justin.
Guys, if you could only be a part of that last huddle, he was chewing out his team from the start to the finish. He slammed his clipboard twice, and he challenged them and walked away. He's pretty much leaving it into their hands.
Yeah, that technical foul is not going away, though, as the officials thought it was directed at them.
Yeah, that's tough when a coach gets one like that. But you know what? He's got a veteran team. Now's when you need McKnight, Miles Powell. Those guys have to step up now and calm this thing down and play 2 by 2. They're a good team. It's early in this game. They're obviously one of the better teams in the nation. They need to take this little by little.
Here's another look as Kevin was pleading his case. Now, a lot of times, and you can speak to this, you know you're going to get a technical, or you want to get a technical sometimes. Didn't look like Kevin Willard really wanted a technical right there.
I'm not going to lie to you. There are ploys that call. I'm not saying this is what happened. I had times where I looked like I was yelling at my team. I'm looking at them, and I'm yelling at the refs, and I'm cursing about the refs. I'm serious. To kind of hide it. So maybe he was doing one of those camouflage deals. I don't know.
A camouflage tee. I love it.
Camouflage. Oh, yeah, they get those, too.
Now,
I got some rent-a-car. You know what a rent-a-car tee is?
No, I'd like to hear about that.
The referees, they come together in one rent-a-car, and they'll say, Lapis, tonight, he says anything, I'm going to get him. It's called a rent-a-car tee. I got plenty of those, too.
We're learning about all sorts of different kinds of technical fouls here. So Duke shot technical free throws, and then the free throw after he was fouled, making the 3 before the timeout. All adds up to a 20-point Providence lead. Friars called for the foul. It's Khalif Young. Providence has made 8 consecutive field goal attempts.
I mean, this 25 is usually what they have in a half.
And another foul on Providence inside on Diallo. Miles Powell coming off the off night Wednesday at home, 1 for 11 from deep, and the 1 came with 1 second left.
I'm telling you, the size, A.J. Reeves now 6'6", David Duke 6'5" and long. The size is bothering Miles Powell.
McKnight keeping it alive, and a great play by Quincy McKnight to throw it off of Duke.
Good job. That's a good place to get somebody in a trap. You got the sideline to help you out as another defender.
Powell has started 0 for 4.
Oh, that was close.
Shot clock at 10. Roden with 3 to shoot. Roden sends it back, and a shot clock violation.
Hey, you know, even when Providence doesn't make a steal, how many deflections have they had in this game already? They're getting their hands on passes so that you can't have any good flow on offense.
Ed Cooley was not happy after Wednesday night's loss at St. John's, and he told us before the game that the 2 hardest practices of the year were each of the last 2 days, and he had a good feeling about the way his team would come out and play tonight, and he was right on it so far.
Yeah, he buried him.
That's another way to put it. Powell out to McKnight. Rhythm 3. Won't go. Tipped out, and Powell. He'll launch a 3. Powell 0 for 5. Another offensive rebound, though.
He's not going to
Powell throws it away.
Not going to get a better look than that one.
Tomorrow at 6 Eastern, Major League Rugby hits the pitch as New Orleans takes on Atlanta, only on CBS Sports Network. Struggles continue for Miles Powell. Going back to Wednesday against Creighton, still scoreless tonight with the turnovers as well. He's got 3 of them.
I mean, we're talking first-team All-American here. Great defense by Miles Powell.
He gets the steal. 3-on-1. Powell underneath to Roden, and they wave it off. Offensive foul on Miles Powell.
You know, I said to myself when he was coming in, I said, he's going to take this because if he passes, it's going to be a charge. And he went way too far, and that was a good call. You'll see it right here. He comes one too much. He should have gone a half a dribble earlier, and he wouldn't have run into him.
Pipkins draws the charge. And Powell now with his 4th turnover.
That's the worst thing. It's one thing to miss shots. When you turn it over, you're real negative.
And now 7 team fouls on the Pirates. So Providence will shoot free throws the rest of the half with 9.5 to go. Diallo 3. Unreal. Unreal. He's got 4 threes.
That's unbelievable.
We've been around Ed Cooley all week. He said, I don't want Diallo shooting threes anymore. Tough shot for Miles Powell, and he finally gets on the board.
Very tough shot there.
Providence still up 3 touchdowns.
They are playing so much faster than I've seen them play. I think that's a great idea and great coaching by Ed Cooley.
Young inside, missed it.
That's a technical
foul. And a
foul.
technical foul called on Khalif Young.
That's a good call. He goes back for the rebound. He's got his left arm hanging on the rim. I mean, that's a no-no. Should have finished this. It was a great pass by Malik White.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to call that. Young was very involved in the officiating Wednesday at St. John's. He, I guess you could say, drew 2 hook and holds. And this time called for the technical.
Within 10 seconds.
Yeah. Something you have not seen a lot of this year.
It's unbelievable.
There's Powell. He's a 79% free throw shooter.
There's no team control. We have to use the arrow. Seton Hall on the arrow, so the arrow will change on the inbounds.
There was no team control there, so they had to go to the arrow. So the arrow is going to change on the inbounds.
Right, nobody had the ball.
Right.
So they go to the arrow for the ball after the technical. Seton Hall basketball, but now the possession arrow will favor Providence. Mamu turnaround off glass, too strong in the rebound to Pipkins.
Tough shot, you know, and Seton Hall going small. I like the idea of Mamu being, but that's what happens when you go small.
That's the problem, as Young is able to work around Mamu Keloshvili. Roden, bad pass, bounces it in there and turns it over. Diallo is harassed down the floor and draws the foul.
I mean, that's really deep position. Mamu's got to he's got to get around him and at least 3/4 him. If you play behind a guy who's got 2 feet in the lane like that, goodbye.
Foul was on Roden. He picks up his 2nd and goes to the bench. And Romaro Gill is back in for Seton Hall with the 2 fouls. Greg Gant also is checked in for Providence. Diallo, one of 8 in the country to lead his team in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. And he makes the front end of the 1-and-1. Alpha Diallo already with 16 points, twice as many as Seton Hall.
Let's see if they can get Gill going. They need something in the lane. They've got nothing offensively in the half court.
And Diallo has now just gone over 1,500 career points now in his senior season out of New York.
Boy, they're denying Miles Powell. They're switching aggressively to him, too.
Kale, jumper. Providence doing a good job on the glass early on, +8 against Seton Hall. Pipkin's step back three. Won't go. Gant had it, lost it, out of bounds to the Pirates. And that takes us to a timeout. Seton Hall, ranked number 10 in the country, is getting blitzed on the road here in Rhode Island. All Friars so far on CBS Sports Network.
It's been a long time coming, but you've made it to this point, and little by little, you've been transformed. Confident is the new you. It's a better you. Get out of your head, man. How much farther can you take it? You think you got this? Yeah, I got this.
Get that new Smile confidence 3 times sooner than braces at Smile Direct Club.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. With Ace, you can buy online and get free in-store pickup or get it delivered that day. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their stuff.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Technology. It does great things for people, like putting CPAs at our fingertips who will review our taxes with us.
I checked your return and you're good to go.
Great, thanks. People can be good at anything, even taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Working out, not fun. You just gotta see the lighter side of it.
Y'all ready for this?
You guys want to switch sides now?
We're good. I feel great. Cheers. Cheers.
We only come out at night. We only come out at night. I walk alone. I'll pretend to know the way. We only come out at night. We only come out at night.
Search for a really strong glue that's clear.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Clear glue. Clear Gorilla Glue.
Of course. Gorilla Glue strength in a crystal clear formula for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Alpha Diallo, red hot. He's got 17 points, and he's 4 of 4 from deep.
That's the thing. 4 for 4 from 3, 25% for the season from the three-point line. I tell you what, it's always nice to be home. And when they're home, I'm not saying they shoot it like this, but they shoot a lot better than they do on the road.
A little more on Alpha in our Reese's player profile. 8 double-doubles this season, including Wednesday night against St. John's. That's tied for 4th in the Big East. And like so many players in this game, he was a part of Team USA in the Pan American Games last summer. He's got 17. Seton Hall has 8.
When you're in this situation and when you're coach, you get in these situations, you tell your team 2 by 2. Let's try and make it 12 at halftime if we can.
We were just talking during the commercial break as McKnight draws the foul. I mean, it was 3 nights ago. We were in Queens, and Providence turned it over 23 times. They couldn't make an outside shot. This is a completely different team. Is it as simple as home versus away?
I give you an example. Texas Tech beat Oklahoma State by 35 points at Texas Tech a couple weeks ago. Today, Oklahoma State beat Texas Tech at home. Yes, home, there is no bigger advantage in college basketball than being home or being away. Ask any coach, anybody. Why? I don't know. It's hard to fathom, but it is.
And Seton Hall, to their credit, has been one of the few teams to buck that trend. They're 6-0 on the road in league play. Baylor and Kansas are the only other major conference teams yet to lose a league road game.
Think about it. That's how hard it is to win on the road in league, and Seton Hall has been tremendous. Today, they're running into a buzzsaw so far.
Right, still 7.5 to go in the first.
Seton Hall trying that zone again.
Diallo, red hot. Can he keep it going? He's fouled on the shot. 2 shots coming for Diallo. Seton Hall in Big East play, 6-0 on the road. And an interesting chat with Kevin Willard before the game, because when you look at Miles Powell, his numbers home against road, quite a difference, 18 at home, but 24 away from home. And there's obviously some factors into that, but there's a little more pressure when you're at home and all those fans want to see a show.
And he's a Jersey kid, so he's got all family from New Jersey. So, I mean, every home game is probably like, you know, a happening for anybody in his family and his friends. So that puts pressure on you, there's no doubt.
Fans are chanting overrated. I think it's a little early for that.
I think it's considerably early.
Kale misfires. Seton Hall is 3 for 21 from the floor. Here's Duke. Step back 3 for Duke. Won't go, and a whistle inside. And a foul is called on Seton Hall.
And you know what, Andrew? The tone got set very early in terms of that first possession, first 2-3 possessions. They got 5 offensive rebounds. They have not been able to keep Providence off the glass when they haven't made shots.
Mamu Kelishvili not happy about that call. It's his second foul. So Gill has 2, Mamu has 2, and Roden has 2 for the Pirates. Here's Greg Gant, freshman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Tyrese Samuel checks in. Seton Hall with 10 team fouls. Gant off the front of the rim, and the rebound to Miles Kale. Pirates trying to get something going here with 6.5 left in the first. They've gone close to 3 minutes without a field goal.
And you know, Romero Gill was a huge factor in the first game. He's been non-existent. Great defense by David Duke.
Shot clock at 5. McKnight jumper won't go, but a whistle and a foul is called. And that's going to go on Pipkins. Here's a look at Providence's NCAA tournament resume. Right now, not on the bubble, but the net ranking of 63. And a win tonight would go a long way in boosting that resume. Where do you stand on Providence right now?
I mean, they have 6 games left, including this one. They need to win 4, at least 4, if not 5 of these 6 to have a chance. With that net ranking and with the people they're going to be playing, that theirs will go down into the 40s, low 40s. When you're in the low 40s, you got a shot.
5 Big East teams are ranked. First time that's happened since 2013.
Well, how about the average net score in the Big East is 38? The next league is the Big Ten at 47. That's how good the Big East has been this year.
Every Big East team is in the top 70 of the net. And that's why, Steve, you can make a case that any one of these teams could go to Madison Square Garden and win the Big East tournament and get an automatic bid.
Hey, look, DePaul went to Villanova and lost in overtime. So DePaul is considered, they're not bad, but they got 1 win.
They're last place, yeah.
They're last place. They go to Villanova and lose in overtime. So this is anybody's ball game, this league.
And so far tonight, a perfect example.
And you know, it's like the rest of college basketball. It's anybody's championship, too.
Wow, offensive foul is called on Alpha Diallo, and Ed Cooley doesn't like that one. Second foul on Diallo.
See, here's what Ed Cooley's talking about. He didn't think they called the first one.
Doesn't get the substitution in time, and now an illegal screen is called on Seton Hall, on Miles Powell.
Wow, I don't know about that. Duke was in his way. I don't agree with that one. It wasn't a screen. He was just trying to get through him. That's what Kevin Willard is saying.
And that's the second foul on Miles Powell. He'll stay out there. Diallo now to the bench with 2 fouls for Providence.
Yeah, that's a bad goal. That's a charge.
And that's a charge. A push-off on A.J. Reeves.
And, you know, you got to give Powell credit. He's got 2 fouls. That's a good call.
You see Miles Powell in losses, shooting 35% this year for the Pirates compared to 42% in victories. There's been a lot of them. Seton Hall 18-6.
Let's keep in mind one thing, Andrew. There's what they did with Gill the first game 6 times.
Exactly. Gill had the monster game against Providence, 17 points, 8 blocks, and 6 rebounds. And that's his first bucket tonight. Malik White struggling shooting the ball. Providence keeps it alive, and a foul is called on the Friars.
Well, let's take a look at this last possession. What happens is, if you stay, watch here. Watson comes up a little too far, and you can't get back in time with a guy that big. And that's something that they have to look out for when it comes to Romero Gill. You can't show too long on those pick and rolls because he's going right to the basket. He's so long, you can throw him anything. I can throw him a pass and he'd be able to dunk it.
I'd like to see that, actually. Can we set that up for halftime? Gant commits the foul on the other end of the floor, so a 1-and-1, and Tyrese Samuel, the freshman from Montreal, who's just a 47% free throw shooter, makes the front end. Staring into that. This is the 107th meeting between Seton Hall and Providence, and they're tied 53-all in the series. Seton Hall, though, has won 7 of the last 9. Jumper by Reeves, halfway down and out. Gant had it poked away after getting the offensive rebound.
You know, this game has settled down a little bit. One thing about Miles Powell that I was going to say earlier, he's had some big second halves this season.
He missed the 3 there. Providence in transition. Reeves lays it in. That stops a scoreless drought of 3 minutes for the Friars. But then Malik White commits a foul, and that takes us to a timeout with 3:58 to go.
Providence is all over the place. Get it done in transition. Up 23.
It's been a long time coming, but you've made it to this point, and little by little, you've been transformed. Confident is the new you. It's a better you. Get out of your head, man. How much farther can you take it? You think you got this? Yeah, I got this.
Get that new smile confidence 3 times sooner than braces at Smile Direct Club.
Our last slide there about co-signing agreements. I know we haven't actually made a that's lunch.
Relief by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Hello, son.
Dad, not cool.
You know what's not uncool? Old Spice After Hours and jazz.
Dad, I prefer Ultra Smooth. It handles sweat without all that jazz.
You're right, son.
As a financial advisor, I tell my clients not to worry about changing their minds in retirement. You may have always imagined your dream car as something fast. Then one day you decide it just needs to be safe enough to get her to college and back.
Principal, we can help you plan for that. Start today at principal.com.
Build a fence. Move some mulch. Dig a trench. Cut the grass. All without taking a single ibuprofen. The BX Series. Effortlessly get any job done right.
Cut to the Chase by Jersey Mike's.
Thank you, Jake. Have a great day.
Thank you. Be a sub above.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Golden Corral, the only one for everyone. By Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And by AT&T.
Back in Providence, all Friars so far in this one against number 10 Seton Hall. Look at the Pirates, 4 of 23 shooting the ball and 1 of 11 from deep, and that includes Miles Powell. He's 1 for 7, Steve.
Yeah, you figure when you have a McDonald's, All-American first team on your squad on the road, a senior, that he's going to be able to get something done, but he's been struggling. He struggled last game, and he's struggling tonight. You got to give the defense credit.
4th in school history in points. An incredible career for Miles Powell. Where do you see him at the next level professionally?
He's got to be a point guard. I think that's the issue. I mean, he's a scorer. I think he's got to adjust a little bit and be able to play more point guard. He's big enough at 6'2". He's a decent athlete, but he's got to really become a point, I think, at that level.
Certainly some unfinished business coming, though, for Seton Hall. Right now, our Jerry Palm has them as a 3 seed for the NCAA tournament. They're ranked 10th in the country. First time they've been ranked this high in the month of February since 1993. And a foul is called on Ike Obiagu, the transfer from Florida State. Two shots coming for Nate Watson. Providence has not defeated a top 10 team in almost 2 years to the day. It was Valentine's Day 2018 when here in this building they beat number 3 Villanova. I'm going to count the bucket, and then a foul is called after the good free throw. Wow. And they're going to take a look at the monitor to see if there was anything flagrant on Obiagu. 21 in blue.
Well, they
might call that right there.
Oh yeah, they may. It's certainly a foul. There's no doubt about that. Oh yeah, that could be.
Look at flagrant 1, unnecessary contact. Certainly falls into that category as our officiating crew takes a look.
I think they're going to go with a 1.
Right side of your screen here.
Yeah, I mean, totally unnecessary. Absolutely. I think that's a classic flagrant 1.
Greg Gank got the raw end of that deal. Freshman.
I guess not so classic. They called Joe Lindsay over, the 3rd official, to take a look also. Yeah, I'm reading James Breeding's lips. I think he said flagrant 1, but
how good are your lip reading skills? 1 to 10, are you about a 7?
I'm about a 7.
All right, well, see if you're right here. Getting some assistance from the fans behind.
I guess not that easy.
I see them putting up 1 for a flagrant 1. Now we're going to get official word here. Flagrant 1 on Ike Obiagu.
You know, I was a pretty good ref when I was coaching.
Oh, your lip reading skills might even be better. Man, oh man, what a brutal first half for Seton Hall.
I mean, you just do something like that, that just like multiplies it.
So Gant will get 2 shots, and then Providence will also get the basketball. Unfortunately, Greg Gant has had to deal with a lot this year. His mother, Tawana, after battling a lengthy illness, died in November. Ed Cooley and Greg went down to the funeral for Gant's mother, and a freshman, first time away from home from North Carolina, and then have to deal with the loss of his mother. It's been a tough season for Gant.
Can't imagine.
Ed Cooley has high expectations for this freshman.
Yeah, they really like him.
Duke won't go. Romaro Gill the rebound. Seton Hall looking for a late run to go into the locker room. 3:25 to go.
They've been so active defensively.
They're all over Powell. He finds a wide open Samuel for 3, and it's good. Just the 16th 3 this season for the 6'10 freshman.
Yeah, he's going to be a good player, this kid.
Second 3 tonight for the Hall. Oh, good defense by Gill. Can't get it past him. Reynolds 2-on-1. Reynolds with the left hand, and he is fouled. Seton Hall trying to get something cooking here, Steve.
Well, Seton Hall does a good job on this possession of moving the ball, and that's the big key. Get it reversed, and you'll get something good. The ball, they set a nice screen on top. Stop it right there. 2 guys chase Powell. That's part of their plan. And he leaves Samuel open. So that's part of Ed Cooley told us they were going to blitz the pick and rolls when Miles Powell was involved. They did it there, but you're going to suffer leaving somebody alone.
It's Shavar Reynolds at the free throw line, 85% this season from the line. Junior out of Manchester, New Jersey, former walk-on who earned a scholarship in August of 2018.
Now the pressure.
Powell has to be careful with the 2 fouls. Providence shooting 46% in the first half. Shot clock at 5. Reeves travels.
Tell you, Shavar Reynolds defensively was terrific on that possession.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, Brent Stover, Seth Davis, John Rothstein, and Friar legend Ryan Gomes in our New York studio. Ryan, I'll give you my address for the plug there. They'll get you up to speed on all the latest news and highlights on a busy Saturday coming up on AT&T at the half. Now, Ryan Gomes was a great player. And out of bounds is Samuel. Now each team with 10 first half turnovers.
That's the most popular turnover this year with the line being changed. That people stepping out of bounds in the corner because they want to get their feet set for the 3. I see more people step out of bounds in the corner this year than ever before.
Both these teams average 13 turnovers per game. Already at 10 tonight as we approach 2 minutes to go in the first half. A massive game for the Providence Friars as they try to get back into the NCAA tournament bubble conversation. Steal by Powell. Miles Powell for 2. And Ed Cooley calls timeout.
He really anticipates well. He knew where that pass was going next. Understanding the game, so important. Friars needed a timeout there. Miles Powell gets it done on defense.
It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. For a limited time, save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get $300 bonus cash good towards your choice of sleep accessories. It's your chance to save on the most highly recommended bed in America and take home something extra while you're at it. So don't wait, stop by a store near you to feel it for yourself today. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Full house here in Providence, including the Darien, Connecticut Pee Wee A hockey team. They're competing in the Ocean States Hockey Tournament here in Rhode Island this weekend, off to a 2-0 start. Thomas Malloy and the boys playing well so far this weekend. Good luck to Darien and all of the teams competing in the Ocean States Holiday Hockey Tournament.
Hockey big up here.
Big, including in this very arena.
Well, my former assistant that was with me at UMass, his son is one of the best college players in the country. He's up for the Hobie Award, whatever.
Hobie Baker.
Hobie Baker, thank you. And if he didn't come up to UMass to be my assistant, the kid would have never played hockey. So he's very thankful that he came to UMass. Johnny Leonard, one of the best hockey players in the country.
You get a hockey assist.
I know something about hockey, too.
There.
See that?
Really? I mean, what can't you do?
You always kill me anyway.
It's fun. Reeves off the mark. Offensive rebound for Kent. That stops a 7-0 run for Seton Hall. Powell catch and shoot three is good.
I tell you what, this guy, one thing about him, I've seen him have some second halves where he's heated up. He can put 20 on you in a half, so.
White tough inside, no. Gant had it knocked away right to Powell. Final minute of the first half. Powell with the left hand, yes. 5 straight points for Miles Powell.
Not the way Providence wanted to end this half.
Ed Cooley is saying, let's slow this up a little bit. Make sure we work a little clock here. White won't go. Gant tips it right to Samuel. Shot clock turned off. Providence led by 25 points in this first half. And Seton Hall has a chance to cut it down to 11. Nick Knight lost it. Gill corrals it. 4 seconds left. Gill, no. Here's Duke spinning. Duke from midcourt. Duke at the buzzer. It's no good. All Providence in that first half, but Seton Hall made it a little closer there down the stretch in the final couple of minutes, thanks to Miles Powell.
Yeah, I mean, they're within striking distance, and this is a guy, like I said, who can heat it up very quickly, a first-team All-American. He can shoot it from the perimeter, take it to the basket, and, you know, no Diallo because of those 2 fouls at the end of the half. That hurt Providence.
Justin Walters is with Ed Cooley.
Coach, you said you need an inspired performance to win this game. What's worked so well for your team in the first half?
I think defensively we've been pretty good. I don't like the way we played the last 4 minutes right there, but, you know, we're dialed in defensively. We're playing against a really good team, playing against a hungry team. We got to be more hungry in the second half and not have all those errors we had in the latter part of the half.
Despite the way the stretch ended in the first half, how impressed are you with your defense? They've been swarming from the opening tip.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with our defense. We're going to need another 20 minutes as this team is starting to get a little bit more comfortable.
Best of luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks.
All right, guys, that's the end of the first half, with Providence leading 41-27 after the break. Brent and the gang in New York. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
We're still here. We're not going home just yet. There's something about this building that we love.
We began with 10 teams. We are down to 2, the final 2, and only one will be Big East champion. Foul deep in the corner, and he knocks it down. This is my house. To the
The Big East Tournament at Madison Square Garden. Get tickets now.
You have 4 years to help you figure out the meaning of life. Do you realize what a great gift this is?
I think of college as a moment of pilgrimage.
You'll go places you never thought you'd go. You'll meet people you never thought you'd meet. And you will experience things that are so rich that you can hold on to them forever.
At At touchofmodern.com, you'll find products that defy expectations for those who seek the extraordinary. Tents brave the Arctic. Coffee tables chill drinks. Rowers are powered by water. And that's just the beginning. Go to touchofmodern.com and venture through a curated collection of the highest quality in fashion, tech, and home, with new items added every day. Touchofmodern.com. Lead the pack. Be the first to discover all the novel and noteworthy products the world has to offer.
Miss Lee, this is Agent Williams from the tax office. Our records show an unpaid balance on your account. If you don't pay by end of day, you'll be facing jail time. Well, the fastest way to fix this is with a prepaid debit card. Can you go get one now? Yes, and we want to clear this up. If you just buy that prepaid card, put $400 on it, then call me back and read the numbers to me.
The moment they ask for a prepaid card is the moment you know something's wrong. Think before you send money. Learn more at scamawareness.org.
CBS Sports presents AT&T at the half.
All right, welcome in. Halftime in Providence. Friars, the home team, up by 14. Brent Stover, Seth Davis, Ryan Gomes, John Rothstein as well. Two big runs. It just turns out the Friars run was a little bit bigger early on in that game.
Yeah, we had to come out with a lot of alertness and awareness to Seton Hall, and we did that, and we built the lead up to about 25, and then the last 4 minutes we got a little sloppy, and Diallo, he carried the weight for us early, but, well, let's look at Diallo first. Diallo spotting up and knocking down threes. Providence fans are not used to seeing this, but tonight he's ready to knock them down, and he's 4 for 4 from long distance. On the season, he's only shooting 25%, but tonight he's telling everybody it's his city.
In the end, though, a 12-2 run to close out the first half with the nation's number 10 team to cut it down to something a little more manageable at 14. Elsewhere in the Big East, DePaul on the road for 23rd-ranked Creighton. The Blue Jays having won 11 straight in the series, while the Blue Demons had dropped 10 of their last 11 games entering the night. So how would this one go down, John? Well, Tyshawn Alexander on his home floor to Mitch Ballack in the corner.
Mitch Ballack in his office. Creighton playing unbelievable basketball right now, fresh off that big win against Seton Hall. Then Tyshawn Alexander in the same corner. The Jays with the best perimeter in the Big East and showing how defense can create offense. Zagorowski to Ballack, the lob and the finish. Omaha, not just somewhere in Middle America, the home of a team that looks second weekend good.
73-48 all over DePaul. Earlier today, the Big East, Georgetown taking on number 19 Butler. Top two players out of the lineup, and Marriott-7 and Mac McClung for Georgetown. Wouldn't really matter, though. Butler able to hit one outside right there.
Georgetown, without their best two players, they've got 5 scholarship players, playing a good team in Butler, on the road, one of the toughest places to play, and they won the game. I give up. You're going to see that was Terrell Allen at 22 points. What a win for the Hoyas.
Yeah, 73-66. Big East top 5. Seton Hall 10-2. Creighton 8-4. Villanova 8-4. Then Marquette followed by Butler. All 5 of those teams obviously in the rankings. Then Providence lurking there at 6-6. Obviously, big win. Patrick Ewing and Georgetown. Overall thoughts on the Big East?
It is cannibalizing itself, and this is why I've referred to the Big East as the Silence of the Lambs of college basketball for several weeks right now. Because when you have a team at the bottom, like a Georgetown, like a St. John's, like a team that is capable of knocking off teams at the top, what happens? You see teams stumble. You see teams lose games like Butler did today at home. The Big East right now looks like it has a chance to have 5 teams in the NCAA tournament. 6 would be the max, in my opinion. You are looking at cannibalization at the highest level.
Ryan?
Yeah, well, Providence hopefully is one of those 6 teams if they handle business tonight. And they're not at the bottom of the pack, they're at the middle, but I know they're trying to creep up and hopefully be seated well in the Big East tournament.
Yeah, 5 are definitely in, so it's a question of who is going to be that 6th. I highly doubt they could get a 7th. When you have a team like Seton Hall on the ropes at home, you have to finish them off because Providence really doesn't have a whole lot of other quality wins, some pretty decent road wins at Butler and Marquette. Xavier has Villanova coming at, they didn't play today, they have Villanova at home on Monday, and they are 2-8 against quadrant ones. That is not going to get you in the tournament. So you get Seton Hall at home, you get Villanova at home. Hey, man, you want to play in the tournament, you got to win your way in, you got to win those games.
Again, halftime at our game, and Seton Hall ranked number 10, down 14 on the road against Providence. Up next, we'll stay in the Northeast and check in on Rutgers. They hosted 22nd ranked Illinois this afternoon. Both teams have had great seasons, but struggling over the last couple of weeks. Plus, head to the top of the rankings, including the number 1 Baylor Bears, taking care of business against West Virginia.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. Ram trucks, back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Now get an average $11,505 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 plus these additional incentives.
5-Hour Energy gets you through your on-the-go life. Now it comes in 2 delicious tropical flavors that can take you to a whole new on-the-go experience. Try them both. Vote for your favorite. You could be on the go to someplace you actually want to go.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks. Out here, nothing comes easy. That's why you gotta be tough. The truck, it's tough. My crew, definitely tough. But Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Oh, it's a puppy. You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. With Ace, you can buy online and get free in-store pickup or get it delivered that day. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their stuff.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's nothing like the Big East tournament. It's the most competitive conference in the country.
Fans feel it. The energy in the building right now is phenomenal.
You have to be determined. You have to be tough.
Every game's a big game.
Howard for the win!
It's survive and advance.
The Musketeers will move on to the semifinals.
You lose, you go home. At the end of the day, it's all about who wants it more.
And Seton Hall survived.
The Big East Tournament at Madison Square Garden. Get tickets now.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.
Welcome back to AT&T at the half.
Providence playing terrific defense, and look at that, Brent. It's a trap. Malik Whitehead to A.J. Reeves. It's a party at the dunk. Friars by 14.
2 Admiral Akbar impressions in one day. All right, Illinois, Rutgers both have had great seasons, but struggling. Ron Harper Jr. there, then in a 9-point game later on.
Gio Baker finds Akwazi Yaboa for the 3.
And then Harper Jr. on the fast break.
On the fast break, and he finishes strong, and the Scarlet Knights go on to get the win.
72-57. All right, 9th-ranked Maryland taking on Michigan State. 3.5 left in regulation.
Craziest game of the day. Maryland led by 15 in the first half, coughed that up. They go down 7, and then Anthony Cowan says, Terps end the game on a 14-0 run. Cowan had their final 11 points, 21-4 in the season, at the top of the Big Ten standings, and a great road win.
Louisville lost earlier in the week to Georgia Tech. They wouldn't lose at Clemson, would they? Well, they were down by 17, John, at halftime.
And the hurt kept coming on for the Cardinals. Look at the step-out three-point shot. Louisville only got 7 points combined in 2 games this week from Jordan Wara.
77-62. Number 1 Baylor taking on West Virginia. Number 1 against 14. Matthew Meyer gets the ball in the corner, spins, drives baseline. 13-5 Bears. Devontae Bandu for Mark Vital right here.
Mark Vital living up to the namesake. Baylor, all they do is win.
Jared Butler. He had 21 and 5. Those guards are so much fun to watch. I want to circle you back to the game we started with. Illinois has now dropped 4 in a row. Been a great season for Brad Underwood, but they dropped 4 in a row. pivotal win for Rutgers. They had to get it because coming in, they had dropped 3 of 4.
Yeah, Rutgers needs to win 2 or 3 of their final couple of games to be safe. The one thing you never want to do when you're going into Selection Sunday is give the committee a reason not to put you in the tournament. Rutgers needs to win a quality road game, in my opinion. I know, obviously, they're in safe position right now, but with the way things are structured this year, you never want to leave things up to chance, especially because there's probably a greater chance this year that we will have bid stealers than any other year that we've seen in past memory.
Maryland is Final Four good. They showed their physical and mental toughness today, not just with Anthony Cowan and Jalen Smith, maybe the most improved player in America over the last 2 months.
Didn't get you a paint touch, big fella. You need to focus, though. Providence legend right there. They got a 14-point lead, second half next.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Hat.
That rhythm you feel is everywhere. It's in our music. It is definitely in our hearts. Our rhythm never stops, and we need a beer that keeps up with it. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer that goes with our rhythm.
If you're behind on your mortgage payments, threatened with foreclosure, denied a loan modification, or have been the victim of a predatory loan, the Stop Foreclosure Group can help. You have rights, and we have options. Call now for a free consultation.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
When I was growing up, I believed in a better future.
All rise.
So I became a judge.
Your Honor.
We pursue the truth, no matter where it leads us.
Do what's right. That's what you tell me to do.
This should be fun. We are on the same team, going for the same goal, justice.
You're going to be one of those creative judges.
I love her.
I love her.
We still have a lot of work to do.
All Rise, Mondays on CBS.
Ready for the second half here in Providence, Rhode Island. A look at the first half numbers, all tilted in favor of the Friars. 6 threes for Providence. Courtside with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Justin Walters coming up. Seton Hall ended the first half on a 12-2 run. What do the Pirates need to do to get back into this one in the second half?
Kevin Willard's halftime had 2 components to it. The psychological, which is, guys, we're the 10th ranked team in the country. We're 6-0 in the league on the road. We can't beat Providence by 15.5. And the second thing is we got to rebound the ball. So you have a psychological component and then a technical component. And then your head coolie, you got to figure out a way to keep the pedal to the metal.
Let's check in with Justin Walters.
Guys, one thing for sure is that he is not a fan, that being Kevin Willard, of his team's first half performance. As soon as he came bursting out of the locker room, he waved me off and said he's not contracted to talk to sideline reporters. So I was persistent and I asked him a question about why his team was so sluggish, and he said that we just got our behinds handed to us, but he used more vulgar language.
Well, thanks for not repeating that, Justin. And we have an issue with the clock. This is the annual pink out game for Providence, Stand Up to Cancer. So they have the pink on the uniforms and a lot of people in the stands wearing pink as well. And the second half underway. This year, when trailing at the half, Seton Hall has come back to win 8 times. They're 8-5.
Well, this first 5 minutes is really critical. If Seton Hall can get this thing to 7 or 8, oh, look at this.
And Diallo makes him pay.
I think this is one of those situations where you really wanted that first basket in the second half.
Diallo has now tied a season high with 21 points. He also had 21 against Butler. Samuel 3, it won't go. Offensive rebound, Gill, and the putback, no. The tip is there for Roden.
Interesting team that started the second half.
Samuel out there. No Miles Kale right now for Seton Hall.
And Mamu.
And Mamu is on the bench as well.
You know what happened at the end of the half, Andrew, was Providence started playing a lot more in the half court. And they're not nearly as good in the half court as they were off those turnovers early in the game. So if Seton Hall can make them play half court, they can get back into this game 2 by 2.
Powell misses the 3. Powell had 10 points in the first half. Providence has lost 2 straight, looking for their 3rd victory over a ranked team. They beat Creighton and they won at Butler. Duke swatted by Gill. Romaro Gill is 3rd in the country, averaging 3.5 blocks per game.
If you go back to the first half, the times that Providence played half court and didn't get an offensive rebound, they didn't score very much.
Roden 3 ball is good. Jared Roden shooting 29% from deep, but in Big East play, he is 3rd best at 42%.
And I really think a big reason is he played a lot of 4 because Mamu was out on those games. So he was able to play the 4 spot, and he had 4 men guarding him as opposed to 3s.
Diallo tried to lean into Samuel and hit the side of the backboard right out to Reeves. His jumper won't go. Offensive rebound, Watson. Pipkins out to Reeves for 3. And Providence is cold to open up the second half.
You know, all of a sudden they score here, it's in single digits.
Tough shot by McKnight, and he draws the foul. Seton Hall upping the defensive intensity here in the second half.
I mean, yeah, you had no shot at getting that one off. And then Roden.
McKnight, an excellent free throw shooter, 3rd in the Big East at 84% over his last 2 games, 10 out of 10 from the line.
And you know, if you're Ed Cooley, you got to tell you guys, we're still up 10, maybe 9. We're up. If somebody told us we were going to be up 9 at this point in the game, we'd be happy. You got to try to get that mentality across to them that they should be positive. I don't like the body language right now.
It's down to single digits. Pipkins counted in 1.
Big play.
Providence had missed 5 consecutive shot attempts. Now Pipkins with a chance for 3.
Oh, that's a tough one. Wasn't much there.
It's the 3rd foul on Miles Powell. Less than 3 minutes into the second half, Pipkins, who has only missed 2 free throws the entire season, misses that free throw. He's now 48 for 51.
Every screen, 2 guys double teamed.
Samuel drives in but missed it.
Well, he's got to finish that one.
Up ahead, Reeves. Reeves, wild shot, no. Watson fighting for it. McKnight takes it away. Races up ahead. Quincy McKnight 1-on-3. And a double dribble.
Where's he going? I mean, how about this? There's still no other blue shirt down there. I mean, you take a look at this. How many white shirts do you want? Well, there's 3. The nearest blue shirt is at half court. That's not a good play by a senior point guard.
Each team with 11 turnovers. Duke bounces it to Watson. Still no Mamukelashvili here in the second half for Seton Hall as Miles Powell draws the foul, and that takes us to a timeout. It was once a 25-point Providence lead. Not anymore.
We can't make working out any easier, but we can straighten your teeth 3 times sooner than traditional braces. Go from this to this. Or this to this. Join over 500,000 satisfied grinners. No braces, no office visits, no paying a fortune. Start for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Life out here tastes sweeter with the freedom to roam at 40 miles per hour. The power to haul whatever needs hauling. And best-in-class acceleration and handling with cargo. The new gas-powered Kubota Sidekick is the first of its kind. Purpose-built for speed, fun, and to get the job done right.
But you love turkey.
Thank you for calling Chewy.com. We're Pet Lover Shop.
Hi, I'm trying a new food for my cat, but he doesn't seem to be into it.
I have a picky eater at home. We have great variety packs that'll help you find something he'll love.
Oh, great. And how can I return his old food?
You can just donate what's left to a local animal rescue.
Really? Wow.
Sounds like Buster needs a new toy.
Yeah. How'd you know? Do you speak dog?
We're here for you. Food, toys, treats, and answers are all just a click away. Get fast, free shipping today at Chewy.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. With Ace, you can buy online and get free in-store pickup or get it delivered that day. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their stuff.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
As a financial advisor, I tell my clients not to worry about changing their minds in retirement. You may have always imagined your dream car as something fast. Then one day you decide it just needs to be safe enough to get her to college and back.
Principal, we can help you plan for that. Start today at principal.com.
Dave Gavitt, Providence head coach and athletic director, Big East commissioner. He was the first commissioner of the Big East on the committee that founded the Dream Team. Such a big part of Providence basketball. Dave Gavitt passed away in 2011.
I'll never forget my first year as an assistant coach, getting to meet Dave because he used to come to all the games around the league. Great guy, and what he did, he was a visionary when it came to this thing.
And Providence still wears DG on their jerseys in his honor.
And the guy who took over for him, Mike Tranghese, is in the building, who was the commissioner when I was coaching at Villanova those 9 years.
Now a consultant with the Providence team. Mamukelashvili has checked in for Seton Hall. They lob it to him. Bad pass there.
I don't know if they thought they were throwing that to Gill, but it wasn't Gill.
Reeves, step back. And there is Gill for the rebound. McKnight setting up the Seton Hall offense.
They're going to try the high-low. Wasn't there.
Powell on the drive, lays it in. Pretty move by Miles Powell. He's got a dozen.
You know, Andrew, he's a stop and go, change speed, change direction. Really, really deceptive with the ball.
Providence has not been able to get out in transition here in the second half.
Not forcing turnovers, not getting second shots. That's what they did the first 10 minutes of the game.
And this is what they look like when they don't do it. They settle for threes. We saw it Wednesday night in their loss against St. John's. 2 for 12 this half, and a foul is called on Duke. Third foul on David Duke. This was the move by Miles Powell previously.
Watch, he stops there and then he goes. Great stop and go.
Powell into a three, and he's fouled. Alpha Diallo got him. 3 shots coming from Miles Powell. And there's a lot of concerned looks in the stands right now, and that man's face as well.
I mean, we're talking 14 minutes to go in the game. This thing could be 7, could be 6. That's a foul.
Powell 79% from the line. And now the fans making some noise here at the dunk. But Powell quiets them, and with that free throw, Powell now has 13 points. He has passed Jeremy Hazel for 3rd in school history. Only Nick Workman and Terry DeHare have scored more points at Seton Hall than Miles Powell.
I saw Terry DeHare very well. Dropped a lot of them on me.
It's really hard for me to do any type of Big East stat without you having a cringe on your face.
Yeah, I do have. Hey, I got some good ones too.
You have some very good ones. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I got some cringeworthy ones too.
Meanwhile, Providence's lead is down to 7. And a foul by McKnight.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous foul.
Let's update the all-time scoring list at Seton Hall. There he is. Number 3 all-time.
And he's got a shot at 2.
Yeah, number 1 would be tough. They'd have to make a very deep run, and he'd have to have some big 30-point games.
Well, you know, they go all the way to the end. They go all the way to the finals of the Big East tournament. Then they go to the Final Four, which is possible.
Never know.
Never know. But yes, that's a long way off.
Young misses. Diallo able to get it out to Reeves, and they'll reset.
Offensive rebounding. Number 21 in the nation, offensive rebound percentage. It shows.
Shot clock at 6. Duke had it poked away. McKnight goes to the ground, tries to fling it up to Roden. He does. Now Roden to Powell. Mamu up ahead for the flush. Timeout, Providence. Different energy in the second half for Seton Hall.
Number 9th rated defense in the country. These guys in the half court, they can lock you up right now. The Friars coming all the way back, down 5.
Come on, hurry. Dad, come on. Thanks, Dad.
Whew, all right. Yeah, thanks.
Quality Time by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
You know what to do. Trust it.
One more bucket.
178 to the hole. Little crosswind. Let's make a birdie here.
I can win this thing.
I can play out here.
20 more.
40 more.
I can do this.
Gatorade Zero. All the electrolytes, zero sugar.
Boom, and I really care what my walking to. Bulldozer, make room. Write that plan for me too.
Ready for more?
Bring it on.
Gatorade Zero. Get more out of zero.
Yeah?
I fell.
Okay, there's bandages in the cabinet.
I'm bleeding.
Grab 2.
Sheba, what cats want?
I'm number 13, the original Italian.
I'll have a number 5. 2, please.
I am the number 12.
I'm a 6.
I love them all.
Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
We're back with a look at our AT&T Fast Analysis, and Miles Powell now has 14 points.
You know, he's starting to heat it up. The end of the first half, the momentum in this game changed, and a lot of it had to do with Miles Powell. When you got a guy on your team that's that good, you always feel like you got a chance, and that's the kind of confidence that he gives it to his teammates, and it's showing right now.
With our producer, Craig Silver, director, Corey Fishman, Justin Walters, Steve Lapis, our entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. Providence led this game by as many as 25 points with 7 minutes to go in the first half. And now Seton Hall, 6 straight points, and they've cut it down to 5.
And you know, the momentum switched when Diallo got his second foul and came out. They never got that mojo that they had working before that going again.
Foul's called on Jared Roden. That's his 3rd. Diallo is trying to argue it was a shooting foul. Instead, it'll just be Providence's ball under the basket. Pipkins gets it into Duke. Pipkins bounces it. Duke's able to save it, but the shot clock at 5. Duke all the way to the hoop, blocked by Gill.
Wow, and you know, Miles Powell was on Duke that time, and he was smart. He let him go so he wouldn't foul him, because he cannot get his 4th foul.
Powell's got that look in his eye right now. He can sense it. Over to Mamukelashvili. His 3, no. Gill the rebound. Gill locates Roden.
Every time Miles Powell comes off the screen, there's 2 guys on him, and he's not able to shoot it. But Mamukelashvili had a wide open 3.
Powell shot clock at 5.
Here comes a double team again.
Powell, tough 3, no good, and the rebound to Gant.
2 guys on him that time. I like the strategy by Ed Cooley. Let somebody else beat us. We know what he can do.
Pipkins, his shot was blocked by Gill.
Gill is starting to assert himself.
Powell one-on-one with Diallo. Powell all the way. Powell scores. 1 possession game.
Delay game. That's what I think James Breeding called a delay game.
Delay of game warning. That stops the clock, and that takes us to a media timeout. But Romaro Gill getting it done on the defensive end. And Miles Powell has come to life here in the second. Seton Hall within 3 on CBS Sports Network.
It's a wonderful day to be on the green. Recap the weekend, break down a swing, talk to the biggest names around the game, and shout out the shot of the day. Yes, it's a fine day to tee off on the hottest topics happening in the world of golf.
Course Record with Michael Breed, Monday at 11.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to.
Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
DiGiorno Rising Crust Pizza now has even more cheese. It's so cheesy, you'll need a pickup line to go with it. Like, did it hurt? When all that cheese fell from heaven and landed on you? It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno, now with more cheese.
5-Hour Energy gets you through your on-the-go life. Now it comes in 2 delicious tropical flavors that can take you to a whole new on-the-go experience. Try them both. Vote for your favorite. You could be on the go to someplace you actually want to go.
A10 Powerhouse Dayton looks to soar past the VCU Reds. Tuesday night on CBS Sports Network.
In the huddle with Kevin Willard, as you see Seton Hall down by 14 at the half. It would be their biggest halftime deficit overcome this season to win a game. And for Providence, Steve, they're just 2 of 15 to start the second half.
And what happens is when the momentum turned the last 4 minutes of the first half, that gave Seton Hall some life. When you're down 14 at halftime, big difference than being down 20 or 25, even psychologically. All you got to do is score 7 points, and it's a 7-point game. Right now, back to only 3. And we know how good Seton Hall is. They've had an unbelievable year, and they're tough as nails on the road.
Romaro Gill has 3 blocks so far tonight for Seton Hall. And Providence has not scored in over 5 minutes.
I can tell you right now, if Providence is going to win this game, they're going to have to score in the half court, and they're going to have to get back on that offensive glass again. And you know, here's where the not having a real point guard hurts you.
Diallo spins and scores. Good play out of the timeout for Ed Cooley.
They had to go to him in the low post. He's their most consistent scorer inside. Good play by Ed Cooley.
A new season high for Diallo. He's got 23. His career high is 27.
Let's see if the double team comes.
Powell over White. It's good. A triple for Miles Powell.
That's just that's a shot an All-American makes.
2-point game.
He just got to make sure he doesn't get that 4th foul. Go back to Diallo in the post.
Diallo 3. It's good. He has the answer, and he's 5 of 5 from deep.
I gotta tell you the truth. I would have bet anything that he would make that. Oh, somebody's hurt.
Oh, Pipkins is hurt at midcourt. Got tangled up. No foul call, but Pipkins in a lot of pain. Not putting any or hardly any weight on that right leg. And he just tripped on his own feet. Pipkins, the senior grad transfer from UMass, made his 20th start of the season today in favor of Malik White. Let's take one more look at it, just backwards. Oh, no, he did step on Sandro's foot. Obviously nothing intentional that Mamu Kelashvili did. He wasn't even looking at him. Hopefully Pipkins is okay. Emmett Holt has checked in for Providence. Chance of let's go Friars from this big crowd at the dunk. Powell turns it over. That is his 6th turnover tonight. And Pipkins in some pain on the bench. And a foul is called. Diallo, the offensive foul.
I don't know, from my vantage point, I didn't think there was anything there that needed to be called.
And that's the 4th foul on Diallo. Powell quickly the other way. Out to Roden for 3. Won't go. Tipped out of bounds. And it's Seton Hall basketball. But Ed Cooley has to take Diallo out, right?
Yeah, it's got to come out. And that's a killer for a guy like Diallo, who's an offensive rebounder. You know, when you take his aggression away, which is what 4 fouls will do, that's really tough.
Diallo has to sit with 4 fouls. A.J. Reeves back into the game.
There's the double team.
McKnight left open, misses the 3, and a big rebound by Greg Gant. Providence with the ball up by 5.
You know, because of the attention that Powell gets, he's getting shots for his teammates, but they got to knock him down.
White, tough pass, and a turnover by Malik White.
Every time he comes off the screen, if he's going to get doubled, someone is open. Mamu Kelashvili had a great open 3 before. That was a good open shot there. They got to knock him out.
Steve, there's not a lot of times that Providence plays without either Pipkins or Diallo on the floor, and they're both out right now. McKnight misses again. Seton Hall has cooled off here in the last few minutes. White all the way, and he scores. Timeout, Seton Hall.
Fields of gold, acres of green, mountains of earth. The land is your canvas. Paint it with horsepower and solid steel. Purpose-built equipment for a job done right.
Here are tonight's Golden Corral teams that are hungry for a bid. You look at the Big East, you got to think all 5 of these teams are in. What about beyond that, Steve?
Those are a lock. Xavier, I think, today would be in the NCAA tournament. And I'll tell you what, Georgetown, Patrick Ewing, what he's doing with that team, with Akinjo gone, McClung hurt, Yurtseven hurt, the win today at Butler puts them back in the mix, too. So that's unbelievable.
Justin Walters has an injury update. Justin.
Hi, guys. It looks like it's some good news for Pipkins. He actually ran into the locker room briefly and momentarily, but he just ran back out, walking on his own power, hyping up his teammates, hoping that they could capitalize on this momentum.
Someone else for Seton Hall is going to have to step up because the way they're guarding Miles Powell, every time he comes on the screen, 2 guys on him, when somebody's open, somebody got to make a play.
Powell leans into Reeves and draws the foul.
Wow, I'd have to see that. It looked to me like Powell went into A.J. Reeves' vertical space. Let's see here. That's a foul.
That's a savvy move by Miles Powell.
It's a foul.
It's the 6th team foul on Providence, so Seton Hall shooting the rest of the way.
When you're guarding a guy like him, it's so hard because he's so good. You want to get up on him. You don't want him to take a shot without a hand in his face, and you can, make bad fouls.
For the 14th time this season, Miles Powell has scored at least 20 points in a game. He's got 21 so far. And he'll stay there for the moment. 2 out of 3 from the line, 52-47.
Let's see what Providence is going to get half-court offense now with Diallo out of the game. And he's got to sit till at least the 5-minute mark, I would think.
Ed Cooley told us that when Holt is out there, they want to try to free him up for some threes like this. But he misses. Tipped around. And a foul is called on Mamukelashvili.
Wow.
Didn't look like much there.
No, didn't look like it.
3rd foul, though, on Sandro, and he has to come out of the game. 8:59 to go. Seton Hall, 3 players with 3 fouls. Gant from the free throw line moves in. Wild shot, no, and Roden takes it off the glass.
With this team for Providence, the guy who's got to step up is probably David Duke.
Wow. Gill was down there. I think he was trying to get it to him and then halfway through decided to shoot it. Either way, it's Providence the other way.
Yeah, that was not a good shot. And they got to try to make hay while Diallo's on the bench.
White, long 2. No. And a rebound by Samuel, who's been active here in the second half. Pipkins is going to the scorer's table. He wants back in. Next whistle, you'll see him. Meanwhile, McKnight and 1. That's the first field goal tonight for Quincy McKnight. He started 0 for 5.
Yeah, he had really been struggling, but you know what? He's got good size. He's long. He knew exactly what he wanted to do on that move.
Miles Powell just went to the bench. Last time down the floor, Powell looked at Kevin Willard. He was huffing and puffing a little bit. I think Powell needs a bit of a blow here, and he's going to get one with 8:04 to play.
And the media timeout's coming.
52-50. Just another night in the Big East Conference. What a season it's been for this league.
One thing about McKnight, he's a really good defender too, and he's got Duke, who's the most dangerous guy Providence has right now on the floor.
Pipkins back in. And a foul is called, and that's going to go on Shavar Reynolds. 6th team foul on Seton Hall. And we've got a timeout, and we've got a good one tonight on CBS Sports Network.
USAA insurance for busy veterans like Kate. So when her car got hit, she didn't waste any time. She filed the claim on her USAA app and said, that was easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Different folks have different strokes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, get it, baby. Different moves for different grooves.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Sir, you got Bud Light?
Back there.
Bud Light made a seltzer?
Wait, Bud Light made a seltzer?
I wonder what it tastes like.
Only one way to find out. What are the taste buds saying?
Tastes great. No Bud Light, just hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Light and refreshing. It says light and refreshing. Let's get that instead.
Wait. Post Malone doesn't drink seltzer. We drink Bud Light. Everybody knows that.
Why not try something new?
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Bud Light.
Seltzer.
Bud Light.
Well, season 1 was much better than season 2.
Guys, we're incredibly rich. Let's get both.
I'll get both. You got any pretzels?
Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
We got more college hoops coming up next. The WCC matchup. BYU takes on San Diego, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Here in the second half, Seton Hall has outscored Providence 23-11.
Well, they're an elite defensive team. Number 9 in defensive efficiency. A lot of it is to do with those block shots by Romaro Gill, but they're able to create a lot of offense from their defense.
It was 34-9 in favor of Providence. Since then, 41-18 over the last 20 minutes for Seton Hall. All adds up to a 2-point game. And Miles Powell, after a quick little breather, is back in there for the Pirates. Diallo also back with 4 fouls.
He's got to be careful, but I can see Ed Cooley bringing him back in a 2-point game.
Diallo from the free throw line. It's good.
They were getting nothing in the half court without Diallo in the game.
It's a new career high for Alpha Diallo. He has 28 points. As Ed Cooley told us pregame, we're fighting for our lives tonight. That's why you're seeing Diallo back in there with 4 fouls. Tough night for Quincy McKnight continues. McKnight is just 1 for 7.
They've got Diallo posted up, which is what he really likes to do.
Duke. And Gill with the rebound, using that big 7-2 frame.
Let's see if they can get Powell a shot here.
Powell comes to get it. Up in the air, Diallo poked it away, and Powell called for the foul. He was holding on to Diallo. And now Miles Powell has 4 fouls. What do you do if you're Kevin Willard?
I keep him in. Loses the ball. Yeah, it's a foul. It's a foul on Miles Powell.
And Kevin Willard is going to take him out with 6:37 to go.
He's taking a big chance. Here's what I'll tell you. I think if it gets to 6, I think if they go up 6, he'll bring him right back in. I think he wants to see what they get. They could buy some time with these guys.
Reynolds enters along with Mamu Kelashvili. Diallo off the front of the rim, tipped around, right back to Diallo. Diallo scores! He's got 30!
He does that more than anybody. He's so opportunistic when he's around the basket. He's got really good hands. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Big possession here for Seton Hall.
Who's going to score?
McKnight, and a foul is called on Gant. And no one in this building supporting the Friars can believe it.
Yeah, I think that's a bad call. I have to agree. I mean, where's the foul here? You know, he shouldn't have stuck his arm in.
This was Diallo getting his own miss. He's got 9 rebounds. Providence has 17 offensive rebounds tonight.
When Gant reached across his body, it was a foul. I know initially I didn't think so, but when you saw that replay, that was a foul.
For those of you tuning in for the BYU San Diego game, you'll be able to find that online at cbssports.com/CBSSN as soon as it tips off. And of course, we'll take you there immediately after the conclusion of our game. 5:56 to go. McKnight makes a pair.
As long as you keep it at 4, you keep Powell out. It gets to 6, he comes right back in. Especially at this point.
Both teams in the bonus. Diallo on the wing, guarded by Roden. Back out to Duke for a deep 3. And a foul on Gill on the rebound as Khalif Young was down there mixing it up with Gill. And here comes Powell off the bench.
I mean, he's just too strong. I mean, that's a one-handed rebound. I mean, Gill's got to do a better job of putting his body on him and bend his knees a little bit so he can get a little stronger. Now, I understand Khalif Young is stronger than him, but so he has to use everything he can by bending those knees and being low.
So 5:27 to go. And each team's best player is out there with 4 fouls. Powell for Seton Hall, Diallo for Providence.
And let's look at this again. You know, for most of this half, Seton Hall was holding their own, actually out-rebounding Providence. Last few possessions, offensive rebounds have really hurt Seton Hall again. Last 4 points, offensive rebound.
What a great atmosphere here tonight. Loud crowd at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. 6-point Providence lead. Powell's got the ball. Now McKnight attacking. Behind the back, Gill is fouled. Khalif Young thought it was all ball. Instead, Romaro Gill will go to the free throw line.
Well, McKnight does a good job of penetrating here. Drops the dime off. That's a foul. Are you kidding me? Kids are funny. They never think they foul.
Here's a look at that big crowd tonight, Saturday night in Providence, Rhode Island. We thank you for joining us on CBS Sports Network as Ed Cooley and the Friars desperate for a victory. And Gill makes a pair, 58-54.
Providence needs to find someone else besides Diallo.
Powell watching from the bench. Kevin Willard trying to buy some time with Powell out. Pipkins, that's a 2.
Providence with a zone.
Ed Cooley telling us they've been playing it a lot more lately. Oh, bad pass, McKnight. Third turnover for Quincy McKnight. A guy who's third in the Big East in assist-to-turnover ratio.
I think it's a great move. They go zone. Miles Powell's out of the game. They play zone. Seton gets a little confused. They turn it over.
Diallo with 30, looking for more, and he draws the foul. It's on Quincy McKnight. And here comes Miles Powell to the scorer's table.
They run the little weave. Step back by Pipkins. And then Seton Hall against that zone. Little confusion. No Miles Powell in the game.
Powell coming back along with Sandro Mamukelashvili.
Yeah, I don't know if Kevin Willard can afford now to go the offense-defense route. I think he's got to leave Miles Powell in the game because that time he was going offense-defense and he ended up with him on the bench when they got the ball.
First missed free throw tonight by Diallo. He gets it right back, had it poked away, and he touched it last.
Oh, Powell took a good chance there. Powell got all ball, and it went off Providence. You'll see it here. He really took a chance there.
And now up 7, Ed Cooley is trying to buy some time with Diallo back on the bench with 4 fouls. It's like directing traffic with Powell and Diallo right now.
That was a good switch by Malik White.
Tough night for Mamu. He's only got 7 points. And the rebound to Providence inside 4 to go.
It's been a tough night for everybody, including Miles Powell, but nobody's been able to give him any kind of help at all.
Duke, great fake. Now in the corner, 3 ball on the way, won't go. Duke tips it out.
Rebounds. Providence, a tremendous offensive rebounding team, and Seton Hall, not a good defensive rebounding team, and it's really showing.
20 offensive rebounds for the Friars. Now they have 4 on the shot clock. Pipkins, deep 3. Tipped around, and White runs into McKnight. They go to the ground. McKnight has it. McKnight trying to call a timeout. And the possession arrow will favor Seton Hall. Timeout, 3:08 to go. Can 10th ranked Seton Hall come back? Or will the Friars hang on down the stretch?
Gatorade Zero. All the electrolytes, zero sugar.
Boom, me not really care what my bumping to. Bulldozer, make room. Write that pan for me too.
Ready for more? Bring it on.
Gatorade Zero. Get more out of zero.
As a financial advisor, I tell my clients not to worry about changing their minds in retirement. You may have always imagined your dream car as something fast. Then one day you decide it just needs to be safe enough to get her to college and back.
Principal, we can help you plan for that. Start today at principal.com.
At touchofmodern.com, we get that the things you surround yourself with reflect who you are. Your style, your drive, your passions. Venture through a curated collection of astonishing items at touchofmodern.com, because sometimes things aren't just things, they're you. Go to touchofmodern.com and discover the world's most unexpected items.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
back in Providence. Alpha Diallo has his 9th double-double of the year, 31 points and 10 rebounds. Diallo 5 of 5 from deep. Those 5 threes have tied a career high. 6 of 7 from the line. Also has 2 assists. He's been the story for Providence. He's the only Friar in double figures. Meanwhile, the BYU San Diego game is underway and now available at cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out to San Diego as soon as this one is over. Look at the foul trouble. Obviously, Powell and Diallo, the big names there, each with 4. And they are both on the floor with 3:08 to go, Steve.
Providence in that zone now again. Let's keep this in mind. Providence has 20 offensive rebounds in this game. You know they're going to shade Powell in the zone.
McKnight misses.
I mean, he got a really good look that time. He's got to make that.
Seton Hall is 1 for its last 8.
But give Providence credit. They're making somebody else try to beat them than Miles Powell. They know what he can do. Let somebody else show him, and that's what Ed Cooley's saying.
Powell lets Duke go right around him. And now a foul is called. If that's on Powell, he's gone. It's not on Powell. It's on Gill, who can't believe it, but for Seton Hall, that might be a good thing, because Powell was right in there, too. Fourth foul on Gill, and Young is at the line. Ed Cooley has not been happy with Providence's late game execution in Big East play. We look back to the game against Xavier, he was very unhappy. He told us that all week at practice, they practiced late game situations. He would put on the clock 3:33 to go, 2:15 to go, and they'd play it out from there. This has been a big focal point for Providence this week. Let's see if they can capitalize on it late.
Well, put this at Europe 8 with 2.5 to go. Feel like you got to win.
Powell deep 3. Halfway down and out, and Pipkins has it. And Ed Cooley saying, let's slow this down.
Yeah, they've got to use some clock now, no doubt. Seton Hall's got to stay solid defensively and get a rebound.
Fans on their feet. 2 minutes to go. Diallo explodes and scores.
Yeah,
Kevin Willard's trying to get a timeout. He's telling Quincy McKnight to call timeout, and it was so loud in here that nobody heard him. Finally, McKnight hears him. Alpha Diallo has 33. Providence up by 10.
Done yet?
Yeah, sorry.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Brent Stover in New York, BYU San Diego is underway and streaming live at cbssports.com/CBSSN. San Diego, early 7-0 start. Get you out there when things wrap up in Providence. Guys?
All right, Brent, it's a big party here in Providence right now as the hometown Friars are up by 10. Seton Hall has 1 timeout left with 1:42 to go.
And they've got to obviously get something going to the basket to stop this clock and drag out. You got to make this minute 42 take forever if you're Seton Hall, but they've got to convert on every possession. Miles Powell can't even get a shot.
Nice feed, Roden in tight, and he gets it to go off the pass from Quincy McKnight.
I'm surprised they didn't use their last timeout to set up their pressure.
Full court pressure here from Seton Hall.
And they don't want a foul, I agree. Get a stop and a rebound. Even though a Gant would be a good guy to foul, I think. Now you don't want to foul anybody.
Don't want to foul Pipkins. He's their best free throw
That's
shooter.
why he's got the ball.
And Roden fouls him with the shot clock at 12.
And the whole coaching staff of Seton Hall just sat back in their chairs. Not only do you foul with only like 8 seconds on the shot clock, but you foul him.
Pipkins is 0 for 1 tonight, but on the season, 48 out of 51 from the line.
I take my chances with him.
Yeah, not a bad guy to put out there. College basketball tomorrow, a triple-header, noon Eastern, Cincinnati and ECU. That's followed by Tulane against Wichita State. And then number 4, San Diego State, still undefeated. Tough test tomorrow, 4 Eastern at Boise State.
That's a tough game. They could be had tomorrow.
How about that? Pipkins had missed 2 free throws all year. He's missed 2 tonight. Powell's pass deflected. Roden gathers. Roden fires. Roden hits.
Now use that timeout. You got 1 left. No, they're pressing.
6-point game.
Now you got to foul.
Pipkins shouldn't let go of it, and there's the foul. Roden fouls Pipkins.
Wrong guy. They had enough time where they had a chance where if they trapped Pipkins and he threw it to somebody else, then foul. I don't think they had to foul him right there.
And for Roden, that's his 5th. He is fouled out of the game. Roden finishes with 10 points and 8 rebounds.
He's a good player, that kid, sophomore.
Baldwin, New York. Only averaged 3 points per game a year ago. Big improvement this year for Jared Roden.
They've had a bunch of guys improve from last year. Look at Gill.
Credit to the coaching staff at Seton Hall. Pipkins rattles in both, 67-59. Powell comes to get it. Powell from way out is good. Timeout, Pirates. Powell from I-95 gets that one to go down.
Introducing Tostitos strips.
And creamy avocado salsa.
Anyways, these strips have got to be their thickest chip yet.
Perfect for dipping in this delicious salsa made with real avocados.
They're good apart.
But even better together.
Say what? All right, pass me some of that green stuff.
For shizzle.
Martha, we talked about this.
Tostitos.
Get to the good stuff.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. With Ace, you can buy online and get free in-store pickup or get it delivered that day. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their stuff.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Working out, not fun. You just gotta see the lighter side of it.
Y'all ready for this?
You guys want to switch sides now?
We're good. I feel great. Cheers. Cheers.
Miles Powell has 24 points, and that last 3 from deep cuts it down to 5. Seton Hall out of timeouts the rest of the way.
Well, they're going to set up their pressure. You got to try and keep the ball out of Pipkins' hands because you're going to have to foul at some point in this possession. And there's 47 seconds, so the first time he catches it, I think if you trap him and he passes it to somebody else, you have enough time to foul the somebody else and not foul him.
And also keep in mind, Powell can't foul. He's got 4 and he's out there. So if it comes to him, he's got to let somebody else come to get him. Diallo trying to get it in, bounces it. Pipkins has it. Pipkins lost it. Scramble for it. And we have a tie-up. The possession arrow favors Providence.
I thought Diallo could have called a timeout there. They have 2 left.
I don't think Diallo ever had the ball, though.
No, I'm saying when he was taking the ball out of bounds, it looked like they were in trouble.
Got it.
Call it then.
And now Providence will call timeout. with 43.8 on the clock. Their ball when we come back.
It's been a long time coming, but you've made it to this point, and little by little, you've been transformed. Confident is the new you. It's a better you. Get out of your head, man. How much farther can you take it? You think you got this? Yeah, I got this.
Get that new smile confidence 3 times sooner than braces at Smile Direct Club.
Seton Hall has only lost 2 games in a row once this entire season. It was back in mid-December. They lost back-to-back games at Iowa State and at Rutgers. Trying to avoid a second 2-game losing streak. They trail by 5. No timeouts left for Kevin Willard. Providence has 1 remaining.
The same thing. Try to make it so that Pipkins does not get the ball in bounds.
Roden is fouled out. Gill and Powell with 4. Pipkins has it. Pipkins doubled. Pipkins trying to get away. He does. Pipkins loses it, able to save it from going out. Now they have to foul.
Got to foul right away.
And they fouled Diallo, who was actually trying to get a shot off, and the refs say no.
Pretty good try.
It was a good try.
I like the thought.
Pipkins nearly lost this one. Right there.
Wow. That was a pretty good try.
Kevin Willard is trying to argue that Pipkins traveled when he lost the ball along the side.
Well, every Providence fan was up there.
Diallo 6 out of 7 at the free throw line tonight. Another look at Pipkins. Kevin Willard wanted to travel right here.
I don't think so.
Diallo was only 3 of 8 at the line on Wednesday night at St. John's. Tonight, 8 out of 9. 7-point game. Here's Miles Powell. Pipkins right in his face. Powell will force it up. And he hits again.
No timeouts left.
4-point game. 22 to go.
Away.
And they foul Duke. And David Duke is also a good free throw shooter. Not as good as Pipkins, but at 80%, he's 10th best in the Big East.
This Miles Powell, I'll tell you what, he doesn't go away. I mean,
Powell has 27 tonight and 4 3-pointers. And now big free throws for a young man who grew up 1 mile from Providence's campus. David Duke makes the first.
They've been knocking out the free throws. You got to give him credit.
Providence 70% at the line tonight, and Duke makes them both. Powell draws the double, gets it over to Samuel. He bounces it to Reynolds. His 3 is good. 3-point game, 14 seconds left. Gant gets it into Duke.
Got to foul quick.
And they foul him. Reynolds commits the foul with 12.5. It's a 4 3-point game, 71-68.
Well, Powell gets all the attention, and there's an example where he makes a teammate better by he getting attention and that guy being all by himself, Shavar Reynolds.
Duke trying to make it a 2-score game. He'll have 2 free throws.
The right guys have had their hands on the ball at the end of the game for Providence.
See you later, buddy.
Big clutch free throws from the sophomore David Duke. Powell up ahead. Powell deep 3, almost banked it in. Rebound Pipkins. Pipkins fouled with 4.7 to go. It's hard to criticize Powell for taking a bad shot because he makes all these shots. That one was from way out.
If I'm his coach, I'm saying, you know, shoot it from wherever you want, to be honest with you. The shots that he has made in the last minute.
This one is from the N in Dunkin' Donuts Center.
No, this is a guy that you're going to tell, you know, hey, you do whatever you think. He's earned that right for sure.
Officials are at the monitor. And I have not heard yet what they're looking at.
Time.
There's an issue with the clock that they're trying to solve. Looks like the Providence students are trying to plot their attack to rush the floor. They're going to be greeted by some big security guards wearing yellow shirts. We'll see who wins that battle.
I'm not a fan of the court storm.
Ed Cooley getting his explanation. Seton Hall at their bench watching.
I think he called a technical foul on two guys.
They were get an explanation here.
Okay. Okay.
Double technical fouls on Alpha Diallo and Miles Powell, so that fouls them both out. So Diallo, a career night, 35 points and 10 rebounds. And Powell finishes with 27. Pipkins knocks it in.
I mean, Diallo 5 for 5 from the three-point line on top of it. That's the thing that's unbelievable.
And this will be the third ranked victory for the Providence Friars. An impressive one over number 10 Seton Hall. Oh my goodness.
Why would he do that?
And now they're rushing the floor, but a foul was called. This is going to take a while. I'll tell you that right now. A foul was called. And now they're trying to get everybody off the floor so they can shoot free throws.
I mean, that was, I don't know what Gant was thinking here. What are you thinking? I mean, really?
Khalif Young is saying, what are you doing? Meanwhile, everyone in the world is running on the floor. Look at the clock. Was there still time left when the foul was committed? Yeah, there was. I think we're headed for Quincy McKnight free throws, but I can't tell you when that will be. They're trying to get everybody off the floor.
And Cooley's on the public address system. Screaming.
This is like Sam Weish for the Cincinnati Bengals yelling at the fans to stop throwing stuff on the field.
I mean, what was Gant thinking? Can somebody tell me?
Nope, but guess what? We're going to see 2 court storms tonight, because guess what? They're going to come right back on, if they can. I think Kevin Willard, I think he's trying to say, could this be a technical on Providence for the fans rushing the floor?
Oh,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Let's update the standings for now, giving Providence the victory. 2 straight losses now for Seton Hall. Providence will go to 7-6. But Kevin Willard is trying to make a case that not only should McKnight shoot 3 free throws, but there should be a technical on the fans for rushing the floor.
That still won't be enough.
It still won't be enough, but there's 0.2 on the clock.
It's a good try, but it won't be enough.
Now you have the hardworking crew here at the Dunkin' Donuts that are trying to wipe up the floor because all these fans run on the floor.
By the way, we also found out who was going to win that battle of getting on the court or not getting on the court.
Take the over on that.
They call a technical foul? Yep.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get an explanation. We'll see if they... Let's hear what we got. We're getting an explanation. McKnight's at the free throw line.
One shot.
All right, so it'll be 3 free throws for Seton Hall. An administrative technical foul for the fans rushing the floor. And they're saying that McKnight was shooting 2, not 3, when he got fouled by Gant. All right, that was the one technical foul. McKnight made that. Now he's going to get his 2 shots.
I mean, what is this kid thinking?
Foot was definitely inside the line, so not a 3-shot foul.
And all this does is prolong the agony for Kevin Willard and the Pirates.
He missed this one on purpose. Is that?
Yeah, hope you get fouled on a 3.
He doesn't have
can't
anybody,
even shoot a 3. It's
nobody underneath.
left.
I think Kevin Willard wants to get his players off the floor.
All you can do is tip it
before they storm the court again. And now it's over. And they're storming the court for the 2nd time tonight.
This one not quite as exciting as the first one, I have to say.
Not as aggressive this time. We do have a final score, 74-71. Wild night here in Providence. For Steve Lapis, Justin Walters, our entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After the break, we'll send you across the country to Southern California as BYU takes on San Diego. So long from Rhode Island.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a month per line for 4 lines. New from AT&T.
Welcome to those watching Seton Hall against Providence. We are here at the Jenny Craig Pavilion in San Diego. This is our final basketball game of the night here on CBS Sports Network, and we've got some West Coast Conference action. Take a look at what's happened so far tonight. BYU at San Diego, and Braun